Hey, what's up guys? Nick the Informative Fisherman here, and today I'm going to be taking you through some pre-fishing and a tournament that I did for a little small private Bass Pro Shops tournament. I was just out bass fishing my normal spots on the California Delta when my buddy Doug said, "Hey man, you want to take part in this tournament?" And I said, "Hey, why the heck not, right?" So let's get out, hop on the boat, join us, let's do some bassing.
Alright. Here's a little 2-pounder on the red spinnerbait. Not bad, it's a start. Bite's been real tough. I got short struck on the spinnerbait a couple times. I'm gonna stick it out now and go with more bright red patterns like this. Seems to be the only thing that they're touching. We'll get this guy out, and send him on his way, and hopefully find mama. Giants, take your time. Oh yeah. I'm gonna turn us away from the bank. We're good. We're good. Come on, bud. Come on, man. Just like that right there. Woo-hoo-hoo! Team IF, Team MC. Ain't nothing better than that, baby. It just happens. Just happens to be the day where he just wanted to eat that big fat red spinnerbait and choke it down to the back of his gut like that. What do you think, Doug? I'm thinking his own. Blood orange spinnerbait. That's how it goes. Blood red, blood oranges, same pattern. 710. 7 pound, 10 ounce swamp donkey. Mr. Doug, release her safely. Nurse her back to health, Medic Doug.
That's right. We're gonna come back and get this one in a couple weeks.
7 pounds, 10 ounces.
The majority of our big bites came bumping toolies during the high tide with those red spinnerbaits. If you weren't in there bumping the toolies, you just weren't getting bit.
If she starts biting down, she's gone. There she goes. Yeah. There we go. Not bad. Senko fish. Here's our fourth keeper here. Nothing big. A little over a pound. I'll call them a pound even, that's fine. So we're at 11 and a half, so now 12 and a half at 4 fish. Not bad. We get a couple of big bites. I think we can move well over 15 pounds. We start capitalizing back here and figure out a solid pattern. I think we can get over 20 pounds. That's on that red river to sea ish biggie, square bill crankbait right there in a crawdad pattern. He's chunky though. I'm looking at his mouth. I don't see any redness on his mouth, so this guy's not starting to build any beds. Water temperature is, I think, 58 degrees right now. So if I start finding these guys with red mouths, I'm gonna start fishing that outer ledge and try to find the chick that they're doing it for. Right in the corner, just stay tight in his old. Oh, that hook barely got him. Don't give him any loose line there. Yeah, it's a solid 3. I'll weigh him just to make sure. This guy's 2 pounds, 13 ounces. What did we have, 12 and a half last time? Do the math for me, Doug.
So it's 14 going on 15 plus.
What's that, 14 and a half? Right around 12, there?
12 and a half plus
a little bit over. Well, it was
half.
more than 12 and a half. It was like 12, what was it, 12, 11, 12, 12? Yeah, right in there. So we're at we're just
15 and a quarter.
Yeah, we're just over 15 pounds right now, but that's 5 fish. So I'm gonna release them, right? Yeah,
you know, keeping track of your weight is really gonna help you evaluate what's going on versus local tournaments to see if you have enough weight to be competitive and possibly cash a check. If you know you're not putting in the type of weight that you need in that particular area, maybe it's time to search out a new spot or switch to bigger baits to see what you can produce to make sure that you can stay competitive.
15, we have 15.4, 17.3. There it is, let that boy go, Doug. So now what Doug and I are doing is it's getting near the bottom of the tide, and we've got a fairly slow tapering bank here, so we've started fan casting out off the bank, and we're finding our fish in the majority, you know, about 35-40 foot off the bank and around 4 to 6 foot of water. So we're basically wacky rigging Senko style baits out there, letting them get down into the tip of the grass, just ripping them free and walking them back towards the boat. And we've been getting a lot of males this way. Now we're looking for another big female since we're, you know, 17 and some change, to try to reach that 20-pound mark before the day's up. Just doing a little pre-fishing back in some of my favorite spots. Hopefully we'll get that big girl.
I think she's about 8 now.
All right. There's the first 1 3/4 to start off the morning. Red spinnerbait, high tide. We're doing another pre-spawn fishing today, so I'll break everything down and take you through it. Getting ready for a tournament we have on the 21st. I'm not going to spill the exact location today, but I'm going to break down what we're doing. We're fishing East Delta, and I'll give you that much. It is March, what's today's date, Doug?
It'll be the 12th. It'll be the day after my birthday.
March 12th, day after Doug's birthday over here. And we're trying to hone in on the pattern. The water temperature's up a little bit. This could turn into a spawn deal, so we're looking for the same fish that we were on before, trying to break it down a little bit, see how far in they've moved, see if they got the girth, see if any males have red mouths or where they start building those beds, and really try to put the whole scenario together so we can get out here on tournament day and put the herd on these fish.
Going in on them.
So after our first few casts, we realized our pattern was definitely holding up, and it looked like it was going to all the way through the tournament. You know, these aren't quite the size of the fish I was looking for, but this bank seemed to produce, you know, 1 or 2 kickers each day, and without the kickers, we were averaging 16 to 17 pounds, so a kicker could clearly put us up over the 20-pound mark. With the numbers I've seen put up lately, just before it took off and went all crazy on the Delta, they're ranging from 16 to 22 pounds, so I knew this spot had the potential of getting us the W, so we stuck it out.
Thank you, Trocar. Whew, there we go. Pretty decent one for this morning. That's right about 2, maybe 2 1/4. Where are we at, 4 3/4?
Yep.
That's about 2 1/4. Huh?
7 total. 2 1/4 plus 4 3/4.
Yeah. Okay, so we're at 7 pounds right now. 7 pounds, 3 fish. 7 pounds, 3 fish. Not too bad. We're getting it going. At least we're getting some fish in early, so we can see where we're at. This is not really the size I want right now. I still want some kickers, but we got to keep switching through our baits and really see where our quality's at. But I'll toss this guy out. Woo! Might be over 12 inches there. It's a little dink right there. It's on the Duo Realist right there. That's that lipless crankbait. Real thin body on these guys. They run great, bounce off of toolies, work their way right in and around. Fantastic lipless crankbait. I'll hopefully put some bigger ones in the boat on this guy shortly here.
Trying to
Woo, woo, woo. Lead them, lead them, lead them. Looks like a 3. There we go.
That's a little bit of intel.
That is a little bit of intel. So now what we're doing is, it's not all the way low tide yet, but when we were up fishing and the tide started to drop this morning, it was on its way out, and we kept catching fish, not in the toolies, but 4 or 5 foot outside the toolies. And then progressively, as we fished it, as I was retrieving towards the boat, I kept getting hit further and further out. So we said, okay, well, let's start fishing this outer grass line a little bit early before we get to the bottom of the tide. And we're basically fan casting and power fishing these Bass Pro Shops stickos, right?
Yep, stickos.
It's like kind of like a Senko, just a stick bait, a little bit lighter, but pretty darn durable. And I'm using basically just my Texas rig, same thing with the hook, the EWG right there, with a little tiny bullet weight, and Doug's throwing his without, and he's throwing in black and red, and I'm throwing that pumpkin and that red flake in there. So, I mean, that got it done. We just fanned one out right over about 4.5 foot of water. So we're gonna stick up this pattern. We're gonna go back to rip baits, burn those a little bit. We caught smaller fish on rip baits, but the Senko produced a quality one right there. So now all we have to do is cull out one of our 1-pounders, and hopefully that looks about maybe 3 1/4. We will see.
3.5.
3.8, 3.5. Yeah. Woo! Yeah, it's another one. Might be another 3. At 2.5. Pretty girthy though. Oh yeah, nice thick belly. That's another 3. Yeah.
Oh, look at the gut.
Look at that belly. Oh, Trocar hooks, man. Thank you, Trocar. Threw him back out the side of his gill plate. Fantastic, right there. Let's get him weighed. 3 pounds, 10 ounces. There we go. That's a chunk.
Drop, it just touches the surface. Touch the surface on the cast. I didn't even have a chance to hardly.
Oh yeah, that's a 4.
I didn't even have a chance to.
You want me to get him?
Click the reel in. I'll be back to you. There you go. Wait, hold on. One more again. Okay, ready?
It's choked. I got the hook in my thumb.
Them trocars are sharp. Watch out.
Woo! There we go. Grab that fish without the hook. It's upside down. There you go. Yeah, we got the hook in the top of the thumb. 15.25 pounds. 15.25 pounds with that one. There we go.
Stay with us, guys, and when we come back, it'll be back to more bassing. Hey, what's up, guys? Nick the Informative Fisherman here, and when it comes to spooling up my reels, I choose nothing less than the best, and that's why I use P-line each and every time. Are you fishing the best?
P-line, baby. P-line.
Did you ever wish for an RC boat when you were a kid? And do you have a passion for fishing? Well, guess what? It's time to do them both at the same time. With RCFishingWorld.com's RC Fishing Pole, it's time to be a kid again. So visit www.rcfishingworld.com today. Ever tried pulling a planer board next to your boat when trolling or fishing from a swift current bank? If not, you're missing out on one of the most phenomenal fish catching machines on the market today. With Yellowbird planer boards pulling your lines perpendicular to your boat, you can't help but catch more fish. Find out more by visiting www.yellowbirdproducts.com. Have you been to rustylures.com? Did you know they offer free shipping on anything over $29.99? And with all the latest and greatest in bass fishing gear, from punching tackle, umbrella rigs, swim baits, and you name it, there's really no reason for you not to be getting the best deal online today. So go to www.rustylures.com. Have you had the chance to fish the baddest hoochie on the market today? That's right, I'm talking about the Shasta Tackle Wiggle Hoochie, one of the most dynamic reaction trout and salmon lures that runs second to no other for pulling and triggering fish into striking. So I guess the real question is, are you catching all the fish you should be catching? Thanks for watching, guys. Now let's get prepped for this tournament.
There's another good one.
That'll call. I think that's the 3-pounder.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's a 3.25, maybe 3.5. That's a huge gut on that fool.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good sign.
That's easy math. 4.0 even.
4.0, yeah, 4-pounder.
He ain't gonna call.
Here's a little 2-pounder on the nose that won't call out, so I'm gonna release this dude. And there he goes. So Doug and I, it's low tide now. We're fan casting these Senkos, wacky rigged. Doug's throwing on 12-pound line, the P-Line CX Premium, which is a good portion fluorocarbon, and I'm throwing on the Fluor Clear, which is about half and half. Both good casting lines, and they still have really good bite sensitivity. So instead of using 100% fluorocarbon, we get a little bit of the stretch privileges from those, and You know, it's not too much stretch like a pure mono, but still a good amount, and that's the way we're just doing it. We're wacky rigging them with EWG hooks. Our mosquito hooks are just, the diameter of the hook is so skinny, is just tearing through these worms like this, and plus we're on bigger fish consistently. So we're just using the EWG, and then when the tide comes up, we're gonna switch it back over to a Texas rig style and flip the toolies again and look for a big old kicker fish. But right now we're at almost 18. So we're doing what we want to do here. We're working these outer weed lines right in the middle of the river, and just keep fan casting them around. You have to make multiple passes through the area because you're never going to hit the same channel twice until probably like your 10th pass. So realistically, you're presenting to different fish each time. You know, you just keep fan casting around until you get hit in a certain area, then maintain that area and then work through once you change directions. Try to do the same thing again. If you stop getting bit, fan cast around until you get bit and then start working that path once again. And you just keep doing that back and forth on low tide in the delta, and you'll have pretty good success.
Oh, he is right off the side of the weed line. Right off the side of the weed line.
Yeah.
Another little guy.
Little guy. Yeah! Yeah! What a fighter! Round about 2.5 maybe. Yeah! Yeah. That might be 3. That's a 3. We're gonna have to weigh this guy. Our smallest was 2 what? 210? It's gonna be close. Oh, he jumped.
That's that jumping bass.
Another 2, 2 1/4. One. Four, 6. Here we go, 4.6 pounds right there. Get ready to go after this Bass Pro Shops tournament. Doug and I are here still doing a little pre-fishing. Nice swamper there, dump. Nothing like whacking hogs in spinning gear. What do you think about that strategy? That's probably gonna go 5. Yeah. Not bad. So we're testing out the homemade live well here for our practice day. We'll let the majority of our fish go this morning. We're testing it out towards the end of the day, so I'm just gonna start releasing a few of these guys. These ones actually weren't weighed. The big ones were. We'll get a final shot with these guys. There we go, baby. That's how we roll out here on the California Delta. This is our final practice day before the tournament this coming Thursday. It's Wednesday, we're gonna let it set, it's Tuesday right now, we're gonna let it settle down. This is just like the hogs we're hitting right here, so look out fellas, we're coming. All right, so we're out here this morning, did a little private Bass Pro Shops tournament. We're just waiting until we kick off here. Looks like a little better than safe light to me, but it looked like everybody was running behind, so we're gonna make things fair, come back an hour later. We're on quality fish. We know where quality fish are at. It's just about getting them to bite today and making sure our execution's perfect. And hopefully Doug and I can bring back the W. If everything goes right, I think we got a pretty darn good chance. Let's get out there and get to them.
With the late start, we decided to run up to our big fish spot early around the Disappointment Slough area. You know, our fish really weren't participating like I thought they would, but we still found a few key fish early.
Not much of one, but it'll work. Right up on them. First keeper of the morning, not what we're looking for, but at least he ate it really good. This is on a setting of 3 and we're almost holding still. Yeah.
You know, after 3 small fish, we decided to run back to our first spot where we knew we could stick good numbers of fish. Not so much the quantity, but we knew if we stuck 5 and then tried to call out from there, that was probably the smartest move at the time.
That makes number 4. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Still haven't stuck anything substantial. We're really fighting the elements out here. But slowly but surely, we're putting fish in the boat. 2s and fews. Gotta get started. I felt it. Yes, yes. Take all that stuff. There's nothing to get out. 5. And extremely tough. That's our limit right there. It's 5 fish on the nose, 5 fish in, 5 fish legal. So it's been kind of tough.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby.
4.
Yeah, baby.
That's a 4. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You want to hold that?
You know what I'm saying? Right there. Coming for you, boys. It's the first big one.
There we go.
Yeah. Back on the game.
5-1. Yeah, it does.
5-1. Right there. Another 5-pounder.
Losing this fish.
Bring it. Bring it.
He's gonna replace the 1. He's at least the 2. I just seen him swirl over there.
Replace a 110 with a 211.
211, yeah. Better than I thought.
With the high tide and the winds picking up, we decided to pick up the red spinner baits, bomb them for a little while longer, and hopefully stick that kicker we were looking for. It just really didn't seem to happen, so we decided to head back in, see how we did. We figured we had around 15 pounds or so yeah, my fingers were crossed in hopes that everyone else had a tough bite the same way we did.
Not on for us. Like 8 minutes total.
What
19. Oh, you got to skip.
19-3. Good thing I worked out.
Yeah, right. You're caught. Big one. Not McFisher, it's team M. Get it right, Bill. Let's learn to sell it. That's my guess. 15. Tennessee Fishing. Team IF. Oh.
Where's my Mexican?
15.9.
With 15.9 pounds and a 3rd place finish, we still managed to cash. Overall, I was happy with our execution, and to find out the big fish of the tournament came on a red spinnerbait, we just didn't happen to get the bite, so oh well, you win some, you lose some. Overall, I still had a great time with a great bunch of guys, and you can't ask for much more than that.
We had like 1 bite right outside of Mildred.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.